Brooks Koepka's win at Erin Hills. We saw how well he can perform in the clutch at the Ryder Cup last year. And Koepka proved that he's got some serious staying power, shooting a final round of 67 to win by 4 shots over Hideki Matsuyama and tying Rory McIlroy's U.S. Open scoring record from his win at 2011 at Congressional. So, Alan, you've got the cover story duties for Sports Illustrated this week, and Koepka is on the cover. Now, he's not your average U.S. Open champion, and I know you have to run around and do a ton of reporting to get that cover story out before your deadline. So what did you find out that makes this guy so unique?
Well, to me, the story of this Open was just the contrast between Koepka and all the guys who were trying to beat him. You had these little waif-like elfin characters like Ricky Fowler and Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Thomas. I mean, Koepka's bicep is the size of their waist. And, he just strutted around that golf course like the badass that he is. And I think he was quite an intimidating figure to these little guys. And the way he dominated the golf course, the way just this aura he projected, I mean, it was a tremendous performance, not just of golf skill, but of mojo, of duende, to use the Spanish word. He just projected so much life force out there that I think that all these guys kind of shrank from it. And, Brian Harman was the only contender who put up any kind of fight, really. And, he goes up to about Brooks's waist. The guy's so tiny. It's just like, it didn't seem like a fair fight. And in the end, it really wasn't.
Yeah, it's interesting. The guy who stood up to Koepka the most is 5'7", as you said, in Brian Harman. Alan, you found yourself in a very private moment with the U.S. Open champ at Erin Hills, witnessing his name being engraved on the trophy. How did that happen? How did you weasel your way into that room, Alan?
Weasel's not the right verb, Brian. I mean, I have to give credit to my colleague Michael Bamberger. He'd already filed his story for Golf.com. He was heading for the parking lot, and he kind of sniffed out what was going on. He called me. He said, "Okay, don't go in the front door because there's a security guard. Go in the back door and head towards the restroom, make a hard right, and there's a surprise waiting for you." So, Bamberger definitely gets the hockey assist on that, and I followed his directions. I did take my credential off because you don't want to draw any attention to yourself in case you're not supposed to be there. And I just kind of, ho-hum, was just exploring the grounds of Erin Hills. And it was just this little room with Brooks and the engraver and kind of his inner circle and really nobody else except for a USGA photographer. And so it was quite intimate and charming. And I think Koepka projects this air of aloofness that probably some golf fans picked up on. But in that setting, it was different. Everyone was having a cocktail and they were in great spirits. And it was nice to capture that side of him. And it was obviously kind of a special moment for him to see his name literally engraved on this great trophy. And I think that was kind of the moment when Koepka realized the magnitude of what he had done. So it was neat to be able to capture that for the story and kind of take the readers behind closed doors.
There are so many cool pictures from the immediate aftermath of a player winning a major championship, and a lot of them actually come from the players' social media feeds themselves. And we saw some cool stuff from Brooks, actually, just, that I think he posted that winning moment of him kissing the trophy. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, flying off on net jets, that's got to be cool. And
with
putting
the
the trophy,
pack,
right? We got the Michelob Ultra in a seat next to the trophy. What do you think, Alan, about Brooks? His place in the game, and really his stock is rising right now. He could be kind of I'm thinking like a Ricky Fowler type star eventually here. He's already got his own logo featured on his Twitter page. He's a good looking guy. He's already, he's very into fashion, wearing some of the cool new looks from Nike. How far can he skyrocket as far as kind of his Q rating in the golf world?
Well, first of all, he has to clean up his Twitter game because getting his sponsors in his very first few couple tweets was kind of lame. I think golf fans are not going to go for that sort of thing. It has to be a little more authentico. But yeah, he definitely has crossover appeal. I mean, to coin a phrase, chicks dig the long ball, and he's at the very upper echelon of guys who can just absolutely overpower a golf course. And it's impossible not to make the Dustin Johnson parallels. They kind of walk around with the same swagger. They both just look like jocks. They project a kind of cool energy that is magnetic, and it pours to the TV screen, and the fans can feel it. He's got the glamorous girlfriend. He's got everything you need to kind of reach a large audience. So I think that that this is just the start for Koepka. I mean, he's only 27, and he's 6 years younger than Dustin, and he's even younger than Rory McIlroy. It seems like he's been around a long time because of what he was doing over in Europe and starting in 2012 and 13. But this is really the beginning of it all. So, his game just travels. When you hit it that long and that straight, and you have soft hands around the green, you can play any golf course. And his apprenticeship on the Challenge Tour and the European Tour, he really can play in different conditions. He can take his game on the road, and I think superstardom awaits, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, just Alan mentioned the relation, the connection to Dustin Johnson. It's no surprise that they're good buddies. These guys work out together all the time. I was down at the Players coming back from the fitness center and walked right into Dustin and Brooks bright and early in the morning, heading out for their workout with their trainer. So they spend a lot of time together, very similar game together. I mean, Brooks was lifting weights Sunday morning before his final round.
Yeah, as if it's not a difficult enough day, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think every PGA Tour pro is doing that Sunday of a major, but you kind of saw this coming with Brooks. He's been trending in the direction. Remember, he was 3-1 at the Ryder Cup. He's had 4 second-place finishes already in 3.5 seasons, 22 top 10s in those 3.5 seasons. So the guy's got serious game. He's got the build. He can hit that ball long, just like Dustin Johnson. I think we're going to hear a lot about Brooks in the upcoming months and years here.
All right, well,
hey, Ryan. Wait, let me just say, Ryan, you are lucky you were not in the gym at the same time as Dustin and Brooks. That's so emasculating. I got out at the right time, pal.
I left just in time. They would have been lifting me instead of the weights. You're right, Alan, yeah.